Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kush Patel. I am the student of Masters of Engineering Civil and studying in La Trobe University. I came here in 2018 June and I belong from India. And now this is 2020 May and my last semester is ongoing and where submissions and exams are on head, so preparing towards it. I'm doing my part-time job for 3 days and remaining 3 days I am doing my assignments and one day I give my personal time for myself, and that's what my routine is. And today I'm going to represent an assignment of the video report highlighting the sustainability practices and environmental practices that are being carried out in the Australian industry. There were several options given from which I chose construction industry as I am the student of civil engineering department. So I thought that would be better for me and I will get some bit deep knowledge about what's going on in the current industry of construction. So I will highlight three things at the moment: the challenges that the construction industry is facing at the moment, the regulations and rules that affect the industry, and how the industry is adapting the sustainability practices and environmental practices. So I would like to begin from the start, that is the challenges that Australian industry of construction is facing. I have made some several notes so that I make sure that I highlight each and everything that I have researched from the Google Scholar articles and all those things, and from the news as well. So let's begin with the challenges that the construction industry is facing at the moment. There are four or five points major which I have highlighted. From that, the first one is skilled labor shortage that the business of construction is facing at the moment, hugely, because if there are no skilled laborers available in the required form of quantities, then the thing is, if it's not in bulk, then it takes more time for the project to get finished off, as skilled laborers take less time than the ones which are unskilled, and saves the project cost and doesn't allow for the building owners to stress out for the budget. So that's one of the major problem. Second thing is the rising project costs, as there is ups and downs in the markets at the moment, and there is inflation and deflation at every point, and Australian dollars rises and gets low. That also affects the business, and the cost of materials also gets changed day by day, so that bid planning gets disrupted done by the builders. Then the corruption, as we all know, it's a very huge industry, so corruption has always been playing a part of his role. So there are some or a few people who are involved in the corruption, which doubts the honesty of the remaining else who are in the industry, and that blames the and disrupts the and spoils the name of the entire industry. So that's also one of the major problem. And next is the technological change. That's also a problem because each and every firm is not adaptable to the new technologies, or they are not able to accept the new things as they are doing with the old school methods since very long. So that also becomes a problem for the builders, because the new technologies, new equipments helps you in finishing a project quickly and reduces your time of the functioning things. And nowadays there are some materials that demands and prioritize to be used in the advanced level of equipments. So if you don't have, then you can't use some sort of materials as well. So technological adoption is a bit slow in Australia, that what I have come to know on some basis, not fully, but somehow the problem is there because everybody is not able to adapt it. And last and the most important problem, that's the cash flow, money, because if the payment terms are delayed and get stretched further and further, then it creates a pressure on the small businesses because they cannot regulate cash flow, as they don't have a very huge budget, so they cannot bear it for a longer time. So cash flow is one of the major problem. And now I would like to highlight some of the key points and some of the regulations that government has made and which is affecting the industry in a positive ways. I would say that they have implanted Building and Construction Industry Act to undertake the lawful actions against those who are doing unlawful actions. They have also made the associations and for the industrial action for those who are following discrimination, or those who are being victim of the discrimination on their personal decision based things, so they can help them out, and they make sure that these sort of things don't happen. Also, there are many fraudulent activities going on, so government has made some stronger securities for the payment obligations, so that lesser things sort of things happens, so that people don't face like fraud things, and so that they can do their business tension free. So these are some positive things that government has made, but the thing is that already these all things were being faced by under construction industry, but which was not taken into the account by the government that much heavily. They took it bit lightly, or might be that they must have planned something else. But later on, when it became a big issue, they started implementing some rules and regulations into it so that it can help the industry to operate smoothly. Now, I would like to say how the Australian industry has been adaptable to the sustainability and environmental practices. It's both a combination of government and the industry both collaborating together to fix the problem. I would say that Council of Australian Government has identified planning and building regulations, actions of national trade licensing is required. So there are some things that they have made compulsion for each and everybody, so that lawful actions have been taken so that everybody works under the law, and they have made the changes in such a way that it complies with the building standards and sustainability practices. And the reforms are also built in such a way that it focuses on the major problems that are being faced in the industry, so that sustainability is maintained and people get a good environment and secured environment to work in the industry. And moreover, this reforms aims only to improve the quality of the built environment and business environment in which the business operates, so that it gives a bit relief to the construction industry owners or the construction builders who are working in this industry, so that they work freely and without any hesitation in the industry. And just because of them, they are also, the industry is also motivated to adapt the new things and to work in the sustainability environment, so that they can grow their business in itself. And that's all I would like to say, or I have said at the moment. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much.